Hello everybody and a warm welcome to Berringer on this Wednesday morning. I have a layout update for you. It's slightly unusual that it's on the Wednesday morning, it just so happens to be my day off, and as I've been over the last few days I've been doing a little bit of work on the layout, just bits and pieces, and it's starting to add up. So it's added up to a little bit of a layout update, and it's The Grass is Greener on the Other Side series, and I'm going to take you there. And basically it's to do with the town and the Fiddle Yard area. So the town scene is pretty much as is and as was, so we'll just quickly go through. I haven't done any, although I've marked it out, I haven't actually worked on that side yet. And I just wanted to show you, this is the lift out section, this is where all the work's been happening, because I've been working on this side and I think you've seen all of that. And where this lorry is here is where the B&Q's going. But what I have been doing is I've now been working on the other side, as you may have kind of got a quick glimpse. And this is how it looks currently. Now obviously the bridge needs some work, and the bridge is made out of card, and I've said before this is actually the lift out section that you're looking at right now. I know it seems kind of a bit hard to believe because a lot of people don't make the most, in my view, of what they have. And they just have a flat and they just put it up and don't really do any scenic work across it. But I try and make the most out of everything I have, so this is how I've done it. I hope you like it. So basically this is a concealed hinge, and basically I just slot that across and that will line it up to this part, and it will also line up the tracks here at the joint. And I've also started doing some work on this section, and this, as some of you may have remembered, is a disused signal box that I had over on the seam section, but that's been dismantled. I actually wanted to incorporate it onto this bit of the board, and I'd forgotten about I did it and I'd forgotten about putting the signal box in. I went, oh gosh, where am I going to put it? And then I thought, actually I'm not going to mess around with that, I'm going to put it in here. And basically that's what I've decided to do. And I haven't finished this little bit yet, and this is only just the beginnings of it, but I'm going to do it like I did it in the seam section and have it all overgrown and with bushes everywhere and everything like that. And basically it's overlooking that point over there, and we have my little 08 shunter, just creating a bit of a little diorama just so you could just see how it's going to come out like, or what to expect sort of thing. We're going to have some static grass along here once this is all dried and done. All of this section here is all been taken from the seam section and basically reused and recycled to put it here. So nothing's gone to waste. All the stuff that going to get dismantled from the seam section that can be used, like I said before, will be, and all the stuff that can't be used is just literally just scrapped, so it's not a big deal. I've also finished it all and linked it up in this black sort of paint, and this is just to tidy it up and link it all up and make it just look decent, because obviously I've got to live here. Hard to believe considering how small this place is, and I've got a railway running through the flat. And I guess if I just sort of show you, I can't really get down, but one of the reasons why I didn't want to put the embankment and lower it along here is because I wanted to get some shots of the locos running along here, which I actually quite like for the first time. I didn't want it to be too high, so I couldn't get a camera inside it, but I just wanted to have the cut in so you can look right down there, and I think it's really effective actually. And as you can see, the road on the left sort of creeps up towards the town scene, and that road will sort of veer off sort of towards that way. It was originally going to come straight down here, but then with the signal box being where it is, it's kind of going to be it doesn't work, but that's fine. A couple of things to note. As you can see, to the left where the rock face is, it's kind of earthy colour, and this is the effect you get with the shoe polish. And I don't mind spending money personally when I think it's necessary and it's needed. And me personally, I know you can get, and a lot of people have bought the Woodland Scenics bottles and mixed them up, and they do go a long way. But each bottle costs about £3 or £4, and this is just to create an earth effect, and I just find that this works just as well, and it costs a fraction of the price, and I can save some money to put it towards other things that you'll notice on the layout. This is also the same for the glue. I've been using a mixture of what I did say to you before was the Poundland glue, and I will show you that shortly, just as a reminder. Okay, so these are the two bits from Poundland that I've been buying, and I have to say both of them are just as effective as the rocket card glue. Like the one on the left I've been using instead of the rocket card glue, and I have to say the rocket card glue does have the precision, and that's where the rocket card glue does score highly. But also the thing is, when you're doing large areas, and like I did here where I was just fixing the landforms together, I mean obviously you can't tell, where you just need to glue big pieces together, it's actually very, very effective, and it works just as well, and I'm very happy to use it and carry on using it, and it costs £1. The same for the PVA glue on the right. That was also, instead of going to Wixons, like I said before, instead of paying the £5, this was bought for £1, albeit half a litre, but even if you buy 2 for a litre, which is the same as you get in most DIY stores, you'd still be saving yourself about £3.50 or so, depending on where you go. And it works just as well. I would say it's slightly thinner, but for me it's actually slightly better that it is slightly thinner, because it spreads better, and obviously then you don't have to dilute it. So I think it's actually a better mix than the actual main PVA glue. That's what I've found anyway, because it isn't so glooping, it runs better. So those are the two things I've been using, and like I said, you know, at the end of the day, when you're building these sort of structures and things, nobody knows underneath how you've constructed it, whether it's with newspaper, whether it's with foam or whatever. And you know, if you can save yourself a lot of money by using these sorts of materials, that really nobody's going to know whether you spent £1 on the glue or whether you spent £5 on the glue. This is money that you could save and possibly go and spend on wagons and trains and locos and things, and more exciting stuff rather than just the mundane stuff. But that's pretty much it for the layout update. Also, I've been doing a lot of the cleaning. I mean, it still needs a little bit done where I'd started, but I did the ballasting before when I did the right hand side, and I hadn't done the left hand side, so there's a little bit of white marks from where I did the mod rocking, but that needs to be cleaned up, but that's fine. The 08 has been used as my test bed, so it does actually still run. There is also a power point here, which I'd added previous, and I tested that, so that's now working fine too. Over on this side there is going to be a back scene here, which is the same back scene as the sky, and that will come up, so you won't really see it going into the dressing area. So basically, essentially, the layout finishes at this point into the fiddle yard, although once I have completed the fiddle yard I will show you how I've done it, and obviously just show you the completed work that I've done there. But officially the layout finishes here, and that will have the sky back scene running along the back there. So thanks for watching. Feel free to comment and subscribe. I'm still going to be adding bushes and things like that to this to liven it up as well, and give it a bit of depth and a bit of contrast as well. And also I've got to start working on the bridge section, just to start marrying it all up. I mean, you can see how it's all linked up, and along the back here there is a back scene already here that I have got for it, and then we're going to probably use, I'm debating whether to use possibly some card kits for this to keep the weight down on this, so because that will obviously have to be added to it, because obviously this will lift up too. So take care. Thanks for watching, and feel free to comment and subscribe as always, and soon I should hopefully have the B&Q up in that corner, and also have the backboard done as well, and also the static grass along here, and then that will give it a more completed layout. One last thing, I do have this fence in here, which I salvaged from the seam section basically, and I'm considering using it along here. Now I was wondering what people's thoughts were on it, whether you think that's a good idea or not, because I was kind of debating whether it's a bit too close to the town scene or whether it would work or not, and whether that might not be totally appropriate. But let me know your thoughts, because as it turns out it's sort of the exact length, so I wouldn't really have to cut it or anything. So I'd be kind of interested to hear your views on it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Feel free to comment and subscribe as always, and I will love you and leave you. Bye for now.